Go.
You do the... Go, Jesse.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Total Justice Gaming this week. I'm going to be running the mic back and forth today. As always, me, Jesse Cervini. We've got Matt Hughes. And we've got, once again, joining us for a special sneak preview of the UFS Turbo Price car. We've got Miles Tyler. Miles, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for having me again, fellas. I'm not in Vegas anymore. I'm back in Omaha, so.
Oh, that's good. Back home. Enjoy your trip?
Yes, it was awesome. I had a lot of fun.
Good. Well, I guess we're leading off with you tonight because we don't want to hold you up all day at your place. So let's see what's going on here.
It's
All right.
Awesome car.
Well, like I said before in last week's show, I own Running Wild Motorsports here in Omaha. It's called Running Wild because it's, I'm Terry. Imagine that. But Jason and AJ picked me to build a car. It's a 2000 Honda Civic. It's right behind me. There's a crap ton of parts that I still need to install. But I guess with no further ado, it's right there.
Ooh. Once again, I will state, I don't know cars very well, but that still looks great.
Let's see. Those are the rear seats I just picked up today that have been reupholstered. And the racing seats for the front. This is the car itself.
Did you get those flaming details for giggles?
Flaming fiery details.
I was at the Joffice this week, and I recorded the episode of the Joffice, and I made sure to tell Giggles in that episode that he wasn't going to win the car. So.
He says you're not going to win the car.
Oh, really?
I think he sees that as a challenge.
Well,
He'll win it. You just won't be able to drive it.
No, it'll be hilarious if somehow Rochester gets all the spots for the final tables for this car. That'll be the best part.
That's the pile of parts I still need to install.
And when's this thing going to make its grand debut?
It will be at Origins. It might not be 100% complete at Origins due to a couple of minor hiccups from getting the car wrapped. But otherwise, it will be there. You'll be able to see it. You'll be able to ask me any questions you might have. You might be able to sit in it. That's up to Jason. I'm not 100% sure how he's going to rock that. But, yeah, the interior, this is it, stock right now. It will look nothing like this when you guys see it at Origins this week. So what you're seeing right now, this is it. Like, this is the last of the stock interior on the car. So I already did the front end. Replace the headlights and put the front lip on. The steering wheel that's going in the car is sitting right there on the windshield. It's going to have a quick release so it comes off so you can carry the steering wheel around with you so nobody can steal it. Yep. New taillights, new exhaust. The rear lip is propped up over in the corner on there that still needs to be put on. It needed to be warmed up in the sun. But, yep, and then we have our tiny little, let's see, 1.6 liter, 130 horsepower engine that will hopefully make somewhere around 300 wheel horsepower when I'm done.
Jesus.
These are the wheels that are going on it. They're going to be getting powder coated black. And yeah. But this is what I do. There's one of our UFS players. That's Hamish. A lot of the Vegas players know who he is. But this is my shop. I primarily work on Hondas. There's one of my cars. His name is Zero. And then the missus's car. But yeah, Hondas are what I do. So
nice.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the prize next year at Nationals. Or at Gen Con, excuse me.
Yep. Wow, I can't wait. I can't wait to see some finished photos for it for when it's on the show floor.
Definitely.
Well, Miles, thank you for taking the time to stop in today, and can't wait, and yeah, that actually looks really cool. This just shows how much this game wants to progress. We're putting cars up, people, cars.
Yeah,
Not
that's a first. Nobody's done that before, so this will be a first one. And Jason says, depending on how you guys receive it, we might be doing another one the year after that. So let's make this big.
I agree.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Miles. I'll see you next week because I'll be there.
Yeah, I will be there all week, so I'll see you guys at Origins.
All right, good to see you. Well, I won't be there myself, but you're gonna be at Gen Con, I assume, right?
Yes, I will be at Gen Con.
Oh, I'll definitely see you at Gen Con then.
I will be at Gen Con with the car again, and I will be playing at Gen Con. I will not be playing at Origins because I will be working for Jasco.
I'll get to see if I'm working or not.
Well, I will be prepared to take on any member of Team Fatal Fury you put on the table.
You know it.
I don't know. I have a certain member of Team Fatal Fury I'm getting really into right now. And
come on, don't front. It's Andy, because Andy is good as hell.
Oh, I know. I'm just like, and the thing is, I never liked anybody on the team, and then like, I got into I want to play. I've been really wanting to play an all-wall deck, and I'm like, I don't want to play Birch. I don't want to play this. I'm like, what about Andy? And then like, I got the Master of Magnetism thing going with his ultra rare attack. So it's just like, people's elbow.
Attack in the game.
Yep. Why not? Let's throw some people's elbows.
Yep.
Actually, you can do the same thing with Crash Slam.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Yeah, but it's not as meaty. Like when they throw it down in front of Andy's elbow, that's 10 unanswered damage and a free draw.
It's great. I can't. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes through testing season.
Definitely. All right, guys. Well, have a good show, and I'll see you next week. Those of you that I won't be seeing next week, I'll see you at Gen Con.
Also, congratulations on your graduation.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Yeah.
So glad to be done with school until the summer when I go back.
When you graduate,
Then you can call me Dr. Miles Tyler. Miles Legendary Wolf Tyler.
Ooh.
I
I'm
like
gonna
that
sit out
idea.
a character card one day.
We have the first. We may have eventually have the first official doctor of UFS. Why not?
Yep. So you guys have a good show, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks
All
for
right.
having me.
Good night.
Thanks, Miles.
That's it.
All right.
Right?
Hope everybody enjoyed that right at the start. Wanted to make sure we get that out there for everyone to see. Obviously, on top of that, Origins is next week. There's a few things going on at Origins. We've got Matt. Do you have the event rundown by chance?
Yeah, since I'm going to it, I better know. Wednesday morning, they're having a PTC. Not too many people know about that. It seems like a free plane ticket if you're there, because it doesn't seem like a lot of money, because it's in the middle of the week on a Wednesday. So it seems like a good thing to show up to if you're able to. Thursday morning is extended, start of it, main event. And then Friday morning, they're going to have extended finals. And then Saturday, and I think into Sunday as well, will be the main Turbo event. I think it's going to be the first real Turbo qualifier. So that way you can get a seat next to Giggles at that top 8 table. There have been promises of some fun stuff there, I hope. There will be the car. I'm really excited for Extended. It'll be a really crazy format because we've seen all the band changes and everything.
I'm putting my eggs behind Hughes. I think the deck you're planning, if we're working out for you, I think it looks pretty solid. We'll get it melted out.
Yep. I guess I'm locked into playing now after we said that.
Yes,
I gotta
you
make
are.
sure to get all. I gotta make sure to get all my work done Wednesday.
Yes, you do.
And also, I'll just be speaking of work. I'll be there walking around trying to get in contact with companies and stores for UFS. So if you play UFS and you do not have a store, come find me, and I will try and set up a store for you. As long as stores have players that will buy products, they will buy products for you. So come find me, because that is my main job that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and something about a buy list for Rochester CCG. But
That's here nor there, but yeah.
Right.
We've got updates on the turbo rules. They went up this week.
The main changes are it's a double elimination now. So when you lose, you'll go into the loser's bracket. Lose again, you're out. And the winner's bracket versus loser's bracket faces each other, the top of each bracket. And then the loser, just like in any style format like this, has to win 2 games in order to win, while the person in the winner's bracket just has to win 1 game.
Yep. Looks like the time limit's been pushed up to 30 minutes as well.
Yes,
I was checking that. They made it end of game procedures very direct. You have 1 minute after game time to report. After that, you get a double limb happens, and both people get knocked down to the lower bracket. Didn't the mulligan change too, or are we still on the same?
The mulligan changed for player 2 now. What it was before is both players at the start of the game could choose to put their entire hand at the bottom and then draw a fresh hand. And then player 2 could, from that second hand, choose what cards they want to get rid of and then pick what they want. So if you were a 7-card hand size, you can see up to like the top 14 cards of your deck easily. Now it's just player 2 can pick what cards they want to get rid of and draw up. They don't get that free extra cycle in addition.
Okay.
So you just get to set your hand, which is still pretty good.
Yep. And just a reminder, it's for available sets that'll be legal at Origins, Darkstalker Mega Man Tins, Rise of the Masters, and any of the promos with the Blood Omen Tri-Sword symbol. Those are the ones that are going to be legal. Obviously, Darkstalkers is not out yet, but will be out soon. July 10th is the launch date, if I remember correctly.
July 10th is the release date, and then immediately the next day, the Rochester PTC.
Yep.
That'll be fun. It'll be like Omaha, but even more crazy.
I agree. We've got upcoming events. A week after Origins is the PTC in Atlanta. I hope that people who make it out to that event enjoy themselves. I was planning to, but between some changes in my work schedule and unexpected necessary doctor's appointments, I wasn't able to go, but I was hoping to get out there myself. Hopefully we'll hear some good news from that event.
Mr. Shane Deckworth will be there, so make sure you don't let him win.
Yeah, because all he does is fuel Vegas into Gen Con. That's what he's doing with those tickets, which is great to fuel up.
So I guess maybe kind of let him win, but I don't know. It's a pride thing there.
Don't let him win on purpose.
He's doing a good thing for everyone, but we got to smack him down.
All right. Let's go over PDC New Orleans. We really didn't touch base on that last week.
Partially my fault. I didn't get a hold of him. Phil Burke, if you watch this tonight, please try and get a hold of me.
Yeah. We saw your other interview with Piglet. I'm going to take a quick look at that. Make sure it follows our strict guidelines of shared links here on Total Justice Gaming's Facebook page. But if it meets our requirements, I will definitely share it, and we'll put their interesting post-New Orleans chat up. But we'll find out after the fact. But anyways, let's go through a few decks. There was a couple that I personally wanted to hit on, along with Matt. I think we chose 3 of them, right?
Yep. We have Leona, Metal Man, and Birch's Skullman since he won. Yeah. Do you have them, or should I pull them up?
You can pull them up.
All right. Let's start with the Leona, because I didn't get to look at that one that much.
Yeah. I got shared a very similar list. This was Marco's deck, right? It was Marco's list.
I think so.
He shared me a list a while ago, and I tried it out, and I really liked it. I'm happy he kept going with this deck. It's pretty good. This is an all-in deep kind of deck, but it does some work.
For some reason, the character's not here, but it was Leona. I'll go add that in. In case a few people that don't know.
Yep.
817. Never gonna see that again.
Mm-hmm. End of your turn, you have to discard a card. And the insane ability of, after you commit any number of foundations in order to pass a check, give your attack +2 speed. That's what makes her really good for 8 hand size. That's her selling point right there. 8 hand size, and if I commit, I'm plus speed.
All right. Is the camera actually locked on me? So you,
I'm unsure if at the moment. We might be talking back and forth here. Yes, we're locked in.
Okay. All right, so let's go through the attacks, because those are the most interesting things that always in the deck. I got Leona Blade, because it's Leona Blade, you're Leona.
Yep.
Leaf Shield is a really good way for keeping her alive, being an Omni Block.
Yep.
It also, in a pinch, can be a range card to combo for Leona Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Dust Crusher is a really solid modal card for this deck. It can be a ranged thing for Leona Blade. At the same time, it can be a weapon that you toss after Blizzard Sword to give more stun. And then there's Blizzard Sword itself, which is a very solid finisher card all around with +1 high block. And then Trinity Geyser, yay! I'll let Jesse talk more about this deck because he likes Geyser more than me.
Yeah. This deck is actually really interesting compared to a lot of versions of Geyser right now. It's only running one-man Wolfpack. It's only running 2. It's not running Champion of Southtown, which, we're kind of more consistent in the smaller hand size versions of this deck. Like, you're drawing 8 cards, so consistently you can get going and be ahead of the game. Like, it has Tribal Protector, which is great off the good build. I'd say my favorite card of this deck is probably the Mega Slide. It seems like it did work. Looking at comparing to other deck lists in the top 8, there was a lot of deck characters with a lot of high attacks, and Mega Slide kind of covers that basis, just like how Leaf Shield does, and stops those damage from coming in. Plus, it digs for most of your attacks too. Which, if need, yeah, I think it digs. Oh yeah, it does dig for all of them. Yep, it digs for all of your attacks. Cosmic Citadel. That card is, if you have the symbols and you think you can put one of that in your deck, you should put one card in that, one copy of that in your deck. I've played this in a few decks already, and I put one in, and I hope to open more, so I can put more in. But it's a great card. I didn't think it was great initially, and then I'm just like, oh, it's F, put a foundation into play, because you have the numbers game of odds with your favor.
Yeah, I hyped this card a bunch up in the beginning. I think I'm still correct on it, and I need to actually play with it after I hyped it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Napkin's just really good in the Geyser deck.
Yeah, it helps you cast your Geysers easier. When you're trying to go for a 9 check and you've got everything set aside. The deck doesn't have a lot of spams for this time around, but Tainted Blood's a little different. I like Built for Speed got in there.
Like I kind of count Hidden Laughter as a spam since it's always.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's pretty much a spam and it's solid. Like everything here is pretty standard. I like Weapons Upgrade in this deck too. Helps with a couple of plays there. Helps with Breaker, with Leaf Shield. It helps with Dust Crusher getting stronger. It helps with Blizzard Swords, stun given attack. Like, it does some damage.
Because you need your Trinity Geyser to have even more stun.
Exactly. But yeah, this is pretty much Earring, and also Earring Bomb. As Earring Bomb's been pretty. I've been actually kind of hype on this card lately. I think it's going to see a lot of play soon. It stops reversals, and it stops Breaker. And,
stops Breaker too.
Yep. And it just like pumps up. It makes it pumped up. Like you go this into like you go that into Leona Blade, and it's just like launching a Leona Blade at someone's face.
That's a neat thing to put in front of shield rams too.
That is true also.
A little bit more
So
respect.
this was the first deck we wanted to look at. The next one is the Metalman one
Yep.
that we wanted to pull up. This was played by Drew. I'm going to
Drew
probably
Maffei.
butcher his name.
Drew Maffei.
Maffei. Thanks.
I'm pretty sure.
I was happy to see a Metalman show up in the top 8 so soon. I was unsure about this guy. I thought maybe he was too slow to really do anything, but he did a pretty solid Void build that is... I like it.
His build's like my build was really slow and bad. He took I had a bunch of cute attacks. Like he had Vapor Cannon, which I shared in there, and I was playing a few more Firestorms. I derped and didn't think to put Rain Flush in. I was just trying to run more attacks that work with his ability.
Yeah.
The one thing I would like to squeeze in here somewhere that I have from my list for him.
Topspin.
Topspin, yeah. This is so good with him.
Foundations to look at. He took Design Flaw for the... it makes a face down occur. It's a great block for the low block option. It's recurable. Land of the Makai is really good in this deck because you can go commit a face down, commit like multiple copies of a card, play an attack to Forster the face down card. If it's not an attack, get another foundation. Like you just net you can net a ready foundation with it.
Like I like the card. I think 4 is a bit too many for a 2/4 no block.
Mm-hmm.
The favorite thing that I took away from this, that also Kevin liked as well, is Curiosity with him. Because you can pick up a Curiosity, and then feed the Curiosity to Metalman's Enhance. So it's just free actual card advantage. Where you just turn a Curiosity in there into one of your face downs.
Oh.
And then if you play more Foundations afterwards, you can ready the Curiosity to pick up the Curiosity again during their turn to pick up a block. So I really like that a lot. A lot of the rest is just Void, good stuff. Saw Blades with him is really nuts. Revoke with him is nuts.
I like Lion Stance with it. Lion Stance with him, you're like, target Athena's Knight, target Design Flaw, target like any of the flips. You're just like, flip it.
Pick it back up because I'm Metal Man. Firestorm's really solid in Void. Vapor Cannon's really silly with them because you do his Enhance, and you put them into this catch-22 of where they either block it and you get it down immediately, and you can immediately pick it up again on your next attack, or it deals damage and you get the Foundation anyways, and you just got free damage. Guild Crusher's just a very solid move. We've seen this in 2 of these top 8 decks already.
Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of this card. This is a staple, guys. If you're thinking like, oh, I don't need this card, and you're playing those symbols, you better have a good reason. I really will say that.
Rain Flush is nuts.
Yeah.
I had to double check and look at all the ultra rares again to make sure, but I think Rain Flush is the best ultra rare in the set still.
It does more than everybody thinks. Like the fact that you can go from no momentum, play an attack, play that, and then gain another, and then you get your multiple out of it. It's like, all right, deal with this.
Also, another note with this deck, between Saw Blades' E and DeForester's E, you get enough of these things out, you kind of turn into Lilith, where all your moves are just becoming ridiculously fast.
Yep.
And then, if you have enough attacks, I guess you could be pseudo using the weird E on DeForester to essentially net a free face down on tap. Because you tap weird face down attack, and then you destroy it for this. It's like, oh, I discarded an attack, had the top card in. So
and
it's
I think that's really why Land of Makai is really in the deck. Like it just gives you a way to funnel. So you can do that, and you're not really outing yourself a lot to do it.
That's true. And that's
But yeah, I'll give Drew. This is a great. This is a solid deck. See some DKs back in the cyclings through people. Yeah, this is a really good deck. Don't knock it if somebody shows up playing Metal Man and they are running a very similar build. It can do some damage.
Like, Metal Man's my favorite character out of the new set. And this to me was like the most interesting deck out of the top 8.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because I'm a bit biased for Metal Man.
Yeah.
But,
before we take a look at Skullman, we'll just do a quick rundown of the other decks that were in top 8 on who was playing them. I'll give you one moment because we want to make sure everybody gets their fair share of comment. I believe we had
playing Proto Man.
Yeah, so I was playing Proto Man. We had Piglet was playing Clark. I mean, Fire Clark, which has not been really seen in a while. It was cool to see that.
He's still terrifying.
Oh, yeah. That's really what he is. He's card draw, he's a tank, and he can really hurt people. Bo Tucker was playing Ringman, if I remember correctly.
Another Trinity Geyser deck.
Yep, play another Trinity Geyser deck. And lastly, second place, the always traditional. Oh, we had Keenan Meadows playing Gemini Man off Evil.
Yeah.
Evil Gemini, which that was pretty cool. He was really racking the MM copy, which
He's
is
drawing Ice Slasher. That's the most correct card in that deck.
yeah. Multiples with Gemini Man are a thing. I like it. And then obviously second place, Mr. Garrett Brett with Elizabeth running this pile of mill that occurs.
Either he killed people with Mill or he killed people with Mourning the Lost.
Yeah.
It was actually, if you look at his tournament report, it's pretty split down the middle.
Yep.
Either he killed people to Mill actually killing with moves, or to Rage Quit.
Yep. I mean, the deck was designed to do something that's a little obscure right now in the game, but you make a character that can mill 8 and then you make a bunch of ways to ready her. It's going to do something. Let's hit the final winner of this event, Mr. Phil Birch.
Congratulations to him once again.
He's been a little bit haven't really seen him on a top 8 for a while, on the winning side of a top 8 in a while, which is great for him, though. This deck, I completely shrugged Skullman. I will admit it, and everybody can check my review probably from back. I shrugged him so bad. I didn't think he was great at all. Yeah, I played against this deck. Sean O'Brien's wife, Chrissy, played Skullman last week at the tourney, and I got wrecked by him. Like, the effect of how quickly this deck can dig for answers and dig for stuff, it's going to be problematic. Yeah. Especially with so much card advantage you get, especially off of Balance Fighter. That's so much card advantage. No Other Purpose is really stupid with him. It's really a no-my. This is the no-my deck now.
Agreed. This is definitely one of the big ones. I think you could also do it off of Gemini Man.
I think you have more consistency, though, because you can just dig for more attacks.
That is true.
Like, you don't have to draw 7 cards. This thing is draw 6, play 1 card, draw 2 more. Like, you just cycle so deep really quick. Cards to note, Waiver Resolve, saw in there, Mourning of the Lost Preachers, Standard, Short Fuse got some play, Design Combats, Champion of Justice. That card, if you look at the symbol spread of this deck, it's kind of all over the place. Champions of Justice can tap pretty much anything in this deck. I looked through a bunch of things. Like, you have almost every symbol covered throughout the deck, so you could always catch something offhand with it and catch somebody. Sober Enough to Fight. That was the other one that was unexpected. React, commit one face down. After your opponent plays a form or responsibility on a non-character, commit one of your opponent's asset or foundations. That's sorry, might see some more plays. A lot more face downs on those symbols. And that card could be really tacky. It doesn't have a block, but it can definitely do a lot of work.
That card is really solid against Lion Stance.
Mm-hmm.
F, turn my Lion Stance at no. Tap it.
Yeah, that's probably what he was doing with it. I wouldn't be surprised. And that's what it attaches people for.
What I'm trying to figure out is apparently when I put this in UFS Ultra, I missed 3 cards. And it's bothering me on what those 3 cards are.
You're missing a you're missing Fear of Snakes.
Yep, Ophidiophobia. Okay.
Yep.
So there should also be 3 Ophidiophobias on this list.
Yeah, something like that.
Pretty solid card, and it's another face down thing for Sober Enough to Fight.
Yeah. Cards that note, roll 1x, Swarm of Bats 1x, and Surprise Napkin. I mean, Napkins, no question. It's a good, you spam it early, pick it up later, and pitch it. So it's just cards that net. Roll gives you, they have to kill you twice if they don't deal with it.
Swarm of Bats is really good when he plays out a bunch of cards in his thing, and then he can just be like, all right before I'm going to play like my Crash Slam or Innocent Hug and pump it with a bunch of Mourning the Lost, he can be like, all right, blank all of your problem cards, because I just played like 4 other attacks beforehand.
Exactly. I think the one card that he could have maybe fit in this deck. I'm not even sure if he could. I could definitely see trimming a few cards down to play it. It's play Curiosity. Like that was in Chrissy's version she played last week at the local, and that card just wanted more games because she just went from like, oh, I'm gonna pick this up. Now I can feel my ability more. It's just a way of card advantage that deck that you don't expect that deck to have.
Yeah, like I see this deck less as a Shiranui to my deck, and more as a let's abuse Mourning the Lost as best we can deck.
True.
Because he's running Crash Slam and Innocent Hug, which you're running a throw and a pseudo throw.
Yeah.
So you can play like you could just play Shiranui and there's a good chance you'll just kill them by going like move 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 Shiranui move.
Yeah.
But like if you just dig and play out 2 or 3 Mourning the Lost, and then just play out 5 moves and then start cracking those, especially if you activate Swarm Advance that so they can't stop you in any way unless they have like a revoke in hand.
Yep.
Like this is one of those decks where I think Mourning the Lost problem it is.
And on that note, yes, we do have a problem. I will say this as well. I have a problem with Mourning the Loss. It's good. It's probably too good. I think they'll figure that out. Hopefully, we'll see what happens before Worlds. If this card's legal at Worlds, if you have a card in your symbols that stops damage pump, I would play it.
But yeah, like I think this card would be a good card. It would be a solid card if it had one of the abilities. Like if it was 2 separate cards, this would still be playable.
Yeah.
Like the card, just both abilities are really good. And like card draw is really good with him, because it allows him to play out a Mourning the Lost, either right before a Shiranui no Mai, and just have more cards for digging, or just for if he has more cards to dig during your turn when he draws cards to Mourning the Lost, and then the damage bump. It's just like that's the biggest reason why Innocent Hug is in this deck. I'm pretty sure because it's a water throw.
It's a small water throw too. It's just a poke. It's a poke, but it's not really a poke.
Like I think Head Crush is the only other legal water throw.
Yeah, and I don't. Pretty sure.
And any 4 difficulty with Raiden, but.
I'm not getting into that.
I know. I'm just joking. All right, so that's the decks that we want to go over from this. Do we want to move on over to those silly Jada spoilers?
Spoilers! Yes.
All right.
Bloody Hands of Doom. Matt, you're reading tonight.
Yep, I can do that. All right, showing up properly for me?
Yep.
All right. Jada, he's a 627 death, good, and water. E, your attack, remove 1 attack card in your discard pile from the game. Your opponent adds 1 foundation from the discard pile to their card pool. And R, before your end phase, add 1 reversal attack from your card pool to your hand.
Nuts.
When I first looked at this guy, I was like, okay, whatever. But now I see a bit more like that E is really good. Just one as a disruption game against non-Trinity Geyser decks, because otherwise you're helping them.
Yeah.
And then like it can be a pretty solid disruption game that turns off combo, and also I think he might be this. He might have a spot for being a tornado kick deck, because you can just play out moves and then start removing things, moving attacks in to fill the board, and then play out your tornado kick.
Mm-hmm. Like it definitely could be a play with him, especially off water. That's the big symbol for tornado kick. Like you get that, you get all of King's foundations, like the 1/4 that's like +1 damage for every card in your opponent's card pool, and the destroy to put 2 cards in their card pool. Like you can just fill it up really easily with poke moves, and then just launch a tornado kick at their face.
Yeah, pretty solid card.
Yep.
He's better than I originally gave him credit for. I initially looked at most of his cards as like, he seems pretty schizophrenic. I don't feel like trying to figure things out. But I've had a week now to look at everything, and it seems better. On to the next card. Ozumu. 2/4 +2 high block. Ally unique.
Ally.
It's the blood.
Oh yeah.
The first reversal attack each player plays during a turn gets +2 damage. E, remove 1 other asset from the game, draw 2 cards, and remove 1 card in your hand from the game. Blech. I wish it said remove any asset of you control, so you could remove itself.
Yeah.
But like the static +2 damage isn't that bad because it's a terrain type ability.
But not on the terrain.
Yeah, I just kind of realized this. That's a terrain type ability, not on the terrain. That's weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, it's an uncommon. You got to understand that too. It's an uncommon asset.
Yeah.
So it's going to kind of be wishy-washy on what it's going to really do. But +2 damage to your first attack if it's your first reversal, like you go block. Like he's a reversal character. You go block reversal. You're just like, all right, this deck's +2 damage. Do my ability, drag a foundation, and disrupt your board. Like
your skill barriers are 5 damage.
Yeah.
Dude, that's psyche.
That's true.
That's psyche.
Okay. The peanut gallery next to me is suggesting 1.psyche.
Let's do something with those assets.
No. On to the next one, the better asset, but not that much better. My GN.
I think it's fine.
3 difficulty, 5 check, +1 mid block, terrain. While this card is in your staging area, after a player cycles their deck, that player may choose up to 5 attacks that were removed from the game due to that cycle, and shuffle them into their deck.
You have to like go through the cycle, the 10 cards you cycled, and be like, oh, grab these attacks, shuffle them back in.
Yeah.
Never mind, this got worse.
Yeah.
R commit, after you're dealt damage by an unblocked attack, your opponent must either play a foundation or pass to their next form.
That's pretty...
Yeah. I'll let you go first.
I was going to say, there was a card that was kind of similar to this back in the day, and it was pretty good. And if there is just enough damage reduction on his symbols somehow, I will play this card just to go like, all right, take 1, respond, foundation or pass.
Here's the problem. I looked into these symbols. There's basically none.
Oh.
So this card's unfortunately quite awful. Like against like any deck that just wants to assemble the perfect hand and kill you, like say a Trinity Geyser deck.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, this is really good again. Actually, no. The Trinity Geyser deck's lol. Okay, sure, play my foundation.
Well, it's actually really good against like if you have to eat Geyser. It has to make that you go eat Geyser, respond with this. They have to play. It locks them into playing a foundation as one of their 3 free cards.
But couldn't they just go foundation, Geyser then potentially?
could, but they have to have it. I mean, it is an issue with that. But I mean, this card's not great.
It's. I wish that I liked it more when I thought the first ability allowed you to choose any 5 attacks.
Yeah, I know.
Because then the idea of a really aggressive tornado kick deck with him, I liked a lot more. I don't know. I don't like this card. Some people do. It's a +1 mid block.
True.
You can eat it to Ozumu. Here's a much better card for him. Waves of Blood. 2/5 +2 high block action. Your turn, remove. After your opponent draws or adds 1 or more cards to their hand due to their non-character effect, thanks to him, they reveal their hand and add all foundations in their hand to their card pool. Wow! And your next 2 combo attacks this turn get -2 difficulty. Yeah. Screw you, Templar?
Yeah.
It's like, you Templar'd me. Pop a bunch of cards. Like, if you're sitting on a bunch of foundations for whatever reason, I'll just pop them into your hand, pop them into your card pool. You lose them all, and you're not blocking for the rest of the turn.
Yeah, like if you catch someone, you could catch someone nasty with this card. Like, there's so many little, like, pickups and draw effects that happen now that people are using, and you could just go like, oh, no.
I also like the E is really solid. Your next 2 combo attacks this turn get -2 difficulty because no giggles.
Why?
Your turn.
I didn't realize your turn.
Yeah. It's an anti-like Templar type card. Sorry about that, but the E for it, like you have there's that Proto-Man card out of the tins, Housekeeper, that allows you to discard an action from the card pool. So if there's enough combos off of water, which I'm pretty sure there are, especially with some of his attacks, he could make a really long like combo string deck really, really nice with this card.
Yeah, agreed.
This card,
this card's pretty solid. I will play a 1. If I'm playing any of those 3 symbols, I'm gonna play 1 in my deck because it's just enough to catch someone.
All right, next card. Finale Rosso. This art.
Touchy hands.
Rated NC-17. 4 difficulty, 2 check, +2 mid block, 4 mid for 4, multiple 2 combo high block. The next time you remove an attack card from the game during this enhanced step, add it to your momentum. Combo E. Remove 1 card in either player's card pool from the game. I'm going to say this right now, because Kevin Broberg tried to say this, and it does not work. You cannot do the enhance and then the combo enhance and remove 1 card from your opponent's card pool and add it to your momentum. Because it's your effect that's removing it from the game, but they are physically removing it. So all you'll do is you just remove something.
Yeah. Your best idea is to go move this E, then go combo E, remove the high block, put it in your momentum. That's probably the best way to do this.
Like this might actually, for Gemini Man, might almost be better than Ice Slasher.
It builds its own momentum. That's the thing.
Yeah, it gives free momentum, but like Ice Slasher is a low. It's got a +1 high block. It's really good with Balance Fighter. Like, it's so fun drawing 2 cards, discarding 2 Balance Fighters, and drawing 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
The greatest value, but this gives free momentum, as a free momentum for it right away.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see where this is played. Like, those 3 symbols have a lot of good multiples, so it'll be work to see where this goes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I want to see this card foil.
You and me both.
Next card.
God, this card is...
Sprigio? That's Pina Glary's going for with me.
Ah.
2 difficulty, 3 check, +1 mid block, 2 mid for 2, reversal. R card pool. After you block with this card, you may attempt to play as a reversal after this attack resolves. I feel like we've seen this ability recently. Just maybe.
Now it's on a rare, and I think it's still this card. I just love the art of this card. It's disgusting. It's like his head's in his arm hand, and it's bleeding everywhere at your opponent, which is very right on how the attack is in the game. So
now it's other ability. If it's plays a reversal and deals damage, draw 2 cards.
You can't let this card poke you.
Yeah. Like, I think this card will be a lot more solid in like a Lilith deck compared to Skull Barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you want it to hit.
Yeah, it has a better chance of hitting. It's card draw to help protect yourself and cycle for a kill turn. It's also it's a poor man's Skull Barrier if you want that responsibility. So both of them fill kind of different roles. I'm not sure which one's better because the response on Skull Barrier is really strong, but it also has high cost of momentum.
I'll say it like this. Skull Barrier, you're probably going to play 2, maybe at the most. I will play 4 of this card. I'd be willing to play 3 or 4 of this card, possibly, in the right deck. It's just a way, because this deck has an on-hit. And that's on-hits as a reversal mean a lot.
Mm-hmm. Jesse, if only this card was 4 difficulty, huh?
Oh, God, don't even start.
No, I kind of really wish it was. I would like to.
It could have been a 4 diff 2 mid for 2. I would have played it all day. Like,
all right.
Oh, it hits. I rip 2 cards. Good luck.
See what he's got next.
By the way, I do love that we can see a man decapitated on a UFS card now.
Yep.
Yeah. Well.
Deo Saga.
Yeah, Deo Saga. 3 difficulty, 3 check, +2 mid block, 2 mid for 3. Ranged reversal. E4+, if this attack is blocked, your opponent adds 1 foundation from the discard pile to their card pool. This seems really solid and kind of reminds me of Leaping Snapkick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't always get it. But
Leaping Snapkick was just deals, I think it was.
So
no, Leaping Snapkick was just do it.
Oh, that was right. That's
I'm pretty
right.
sure. Or maybe it was deals. I don't know.
If I was,
But this is still pretty solid. It's like block this, or it's either take damage, and if you block it in any way, you're up plus a card in your card pool. Which, as a reversal, pretty good.
Really solid disruption. And then if you're playing Jetta himself, you can fuel it even more.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ranged keywords kind of relevant, like ranged reversals for stuff like Mega Man and whatnot, or just having multiple keywords for the other Mega Man.
Oh yeah.
Like you block reversal with this, give it stun. That's a 2 mid 6 damage with stun.
screw you.
Yeah.
People are getting mad over here when I said
Stop
that.
giving people ideas about that.
It is my job, no, my duty, to make sure people know these kind of good interactions.
I want you to do that.
All right, next one.
Next one. How do you say this, Ben?
Passare?
San Passare?
Okay, maybe it's because it's the equal sign and look at it sideways, so I'm being lazy. San Passare.
Can anybody just say one thing really quick about the art? What is up with Dimitri's hands?
4 difficulty throw
They're gigantic, like...
The blood is rushing to his hands.
through his face.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
4 difficulty, 3 check. I'm ignoring the art. 3 mid for 3. Throw. Ooh, no, I don't care.
Yeah.
E, remove 1 attack you discard pile from the game. If this attack is not blocked, seal one of your opponent's foundations.
It pokes. It's a good
seal
throw.
effect.
It's a good throw.
Yeah.
There's almost enough good throws, Hughes. There's almost enough.
Yeah, but Dimitri gave me like the best throws ever.
I know, but...
Well, this one's on water, and you were complaining about that earlier in the cast.
Yeah, Ben's got a point. Here's another water throw. But
Yeah.
Instant Hug's probably still better because
Probably.
it was 3 difficulty
Yes.
and has a block
Oh yeah.
and irrelevant ability. All right.
This one's got +1 speed.
Yeah, sealing stuff could be relevant.
Yep.
But he's got a much better card that seals. That we'll come up to in a little bit.
It's a piano.
Era equals piano. 5 difficulty, 3 check, +1 high block, 4 high for 5. A bunch of keywords. Desperation 4, slam, combo, low block. Combo E, your next reversal attack this turn gets -3 difficulty. He seems all over the place. Like, first he was liking reversals, then he's like putting stuff in the card pool. Now he's got this combo, and he wants to do stuff with slams.
Well, this is his poke. This is a big move uncommon. That's what this is. Sorry, common. Like that's what this is. I want to know where his Spinta is. That's where I want to know. Because I know it's not going to be original Spinta, but I want Spinta.
One can hope. This might be something for, like, you have to find the low blocks and a reversal. Like, there's got to be some weird string you can put this in that'll make it decent. But you're playing this on 6 difficulty, and you have to have some low block in front of it.
5 if you're in desperation.
Yes, 5 for your desperation. Thank you, Jeff.
-2 if
Quiet to the peanut gallery.
if you use waves of blood.
Next card. Prova del Servo.
D.
D Servo.
So bad. Hey,
I'm
there's a low
sorry.
block.
Yes. 4 difficulty, 3 check, +3 low block, 3 low for 4.
Did the other one have a mid block?
Reverse combo mid block. E, this attack gets +1 damage for each foundation in your opponent's card pool. Nice. Combo E, your next non-reversal attack this turn gets -2 difficulty.
This is the okay, gentlemen.
It's just execution.
Now this right here is the card that leads you into Tornado Kick. Like you go, card attack with mid block, this, and then you go Tornado Kick. This is the card that leads you to Tornado Kick right here.
Hell, the first card could be a tornado kick because it has a mid block.
Yeah.
They could go tornado kick this into another tornado kick.
Like
Okay.
if you're playing off water, you go play an attack. Like let's say you're playing you have loyalty in play. You go play your first attack, use your ability, put 1 in, loyalty, put 2 in, play your next attack, put another 1 in. Like you could just make these gigantic tornado kicks out of nowhere.
I'm sorry, I found that whole
It's just like and then you have the King's Foundation to give it +dash for each card in the card pool. Like.
Giggles. Quiet down a little bit. Alright, next card. This. Okay, I will allow comments on this card from the Peanut Gallery. Pity for a Traitor. 2/5, no block. Artwork.
Questionable.
Each event, seal one of either player's assets.
Why would you want to see?
I want to know. Okay, who is in charge of art for this game?
Tom
Is it
Kohler?
Yeah, all right. To Tom. This is directed to Tom. Well done. I will say this though, because I heard this kind of a feedback from character options. We could get this type of art, but why could we not get Hardman or Woodman for Mega Man?
That's a pretty good point.
There was my point right there. Is my argument because Woodman was my favorite character of the bosses, and he doesn't get because his name is too innuendoed. But whatever. I think this is pretty good though. Like I think this is a solid card. This card will see play for more than one reason. Like because sealing an asset is pretty good.
Yeah. This is, I think, his best card in his entire support. And I
Yeah.
want to say, it took me many hours to realize this. Morgan has pointy ears.
Yep.
Well,
yeah, because if they're using, I don't know what art if they were given any storyline base to work with. The only storyline base for the game is off of the Udon comics, really,
Mhm.
and because we're completely ignoring the U.S. TV show, we're just gonna ignore that.
Right.
Jada pretty much was controlling Lilith, and that story never continued because they ended the comic. They just never finished the story because that's where it ended. But it was supposed to go to, or he's supposed to be like the next person who challenges Morgan after Dimitri. And that's where he kind of falls into the storyline a little bit. Like, this is one of the few games where extended story is kind of lacking once in a while. So, but as is still, like, this is a good card. It does good. It's going to do things. We can move on.
Smaller cards.
Why is it smaller?
I don't know why I got smaller there, but Wings and Claws. 2 difficulty, 4 check, +3 high block. F, flip, add 1 reversal attack from your discard pile to your card pool. Discard 1 non-reversal attack from your card pool.
Sets up combo.
Yeah.
It's a common that's going to set up your combo. It's not. It is a little weak, but because it's so specific, but it does set up combo for you, which can be great. I'd be really scared of this card in extended, because I would definitely go. I would play this like I would so play this and be like, if I'm symboling a certain symbol, but I could play this off symbol somehow, like in Garrett Brett, or like you could like play something. You could somehow get a way to slide in your Skull Barrier. You're like, put my Skull Barrier into my card pool, and then discard my not. Like you just like you can threaten with a Skull Barrier too, because then you can go pick up the Skull Barrier with his ability, with his own R. So you go like, end the turn, flip, discard, add this Skull Barrier in, discard the non-reversal, respond to the end of turn, pick up my Skull Barrier, or pick up his own like block and attack back reversal. So this card does have some implications.
Okay. People put more thought into Jeddah than I thought they would.
Yep.
All right. Next card. Sagacious, yeah.
Now these 2 cards are weird. The next 2, I think they're gonna be.
Yeah.
They kind of are the same.
Yeah. 2 difficulty, 5 check, +2 mid block. Reversal attacks in your card pool do not count towards progressive difficulty to play this card.
Mm-hmm.
R commit, after you play a combo ability, your foundations and assets get -2 difficulty for the rest of this turn. I have no comments on this card. You can figure it out. I
don't know what the this is a saying of, you know when Tim Keefe said we had to start filling spots. These are cards we're trying to get to these cards are filling spots. And I'm like, yeah.
No, I think Tim may have been drunk when he made this card.
Why would you say that?
It's so weird.
Well, look at the other. Well, go to the other card that's exactly like it, but the opposite. The next one.
Yeah, I guess everything is on purpose.
Oh no, there's another card farther down. We'll hit. There's another card that's similar, but let's hit Dangerous Blood up first.
Yep. Dangerous Blood, 2 difficulty, 5 check, +3 low block. R commit. After your opponent blocks with a non-foundation card, they lose 1 vitality. Yay! Vitality drain. F commit. Discard 1 momentum. Your next combo attack this turn ignores progressive difficulty. Yay! I didn't realize that that's what Trinity Geyser looks like.
Yeah. I'm gonna bleed for the Geyser. Bleed! Oh my god. Good Geyser decks just got, like, the nut high here. Just saying.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Oh, Geyser will be $100 after Gen Con. Hopefully, Jasco Games will fix that and help us.
Solved.
Okay.
We need promo Geysers. We need promo Geysers.
Promo Geysers. I don't want to ban people. I want promo Geysers.
Yeah.
I think the card's awful. But I want people to have access to the card. So that way I can beat them.
It's the only card in the set that I'm like, this needs to be more of this card. I'm sorry. Like, Throw It Down, I understand. Throw It Down, we're getting reprinted in the 3rd Red Horizon set. But, like, we really need promo Trinity Geysers out there just to be able to have them.
Greatest prize ever.
Doesn't
Yeah.
I would love
I
it if
was-
they were there.
I will say this: at Worlds last year, when they were starting to hand out when they handed out promo Templars, I was like, what? Templars? Thank you.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right, next card. Focused and Patient. 1/5, no block. Why has to be no block? R, once per turn, after you block, look at the top 2 cards of your deck and discard any number of them.
Hey, can it go raise a point? Look at
That's solid. Like to set up reversals. You're like, oh, which one of these two do I need a good check for reversal. Here, I'll put this on top.
Never played. That's what
Ben pointed out something to me that's now bothering me.
What?
Her ears are now not pointy in this art.
Don't
That's
look at
bothering.
art continuity. Never look at art continuity.
I just spent money on cards today purely for the art to sit in my binder. I have to.
arts.
Yeah. But
All right.
this is a good, solid spam card. I wish it had a block. It allows you... That R is really solid because it allows you to look at the top 2 cards. You can get rid of a bad check if you know you're going to need the block again. Or it allows you to just cycle through foundations. So that way it just peel them off the top of your deck. So that way you can draw into more threats for the next turn.
Yep.
I think this card's really good. I just wish it had a block. Because even if it was just like a +3 something, like the fact that it's a once per turn R, because
It reminds me of Nobleman.
Mhm.
like I just like this card. Next one. I think this is the other one you were talking about.
Yes. Yes.
Concerned for the future. 3 difficulty, 5 check, no block, stoned artwork. Like, whoa, this crystal ball. Non-reversal attacks in your card pool do not count towards progressive difficulty to play this card. E commit. If your attack played as a deal,
Played as a deal.
if your attack played as a reversal deals damage, add to your hand after it resolves.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Raiden.
Yeah,
I want to splat my opponent and then activate this E. I want to do that all day.
yeah, I'll give you that. I will very much give you that.
Same with Raiden Bomber.
Rolling cutter if you don't need it to stick in your momentum.
True. Like this card with Raiden could give you a lot of fun. I can't wait to play with it.
Picking up a Twaz with this.
Yep.
Jeez.
All the dirty shenanigans.
So yeah, this
Shenanigans.
really solid in any reversal deck.
Yep.
I might have to investigate further into this after the show.
Investigating
Mhm.
that crystal ball.
Yep.
Also really good with that they let Navose hit them. Play Navose as a reversal. This is one of my E's. If it deals, I get back to my hand. I'm gonna launch at you next turn.
He's
Yep.
and the second time.
All right.
It's
And
big,
that's it for Jada.
Yeah.
Hey, we finished at pretty decent time too, even with the peanut gallery.
Yeah, I agree.
I like peanuts.
Can we get an unlock on that?
We don't need to look at my face anymore. Or
I
Giggles
don't
is.
think so.
Or the Nutcracker hiding in the background.
I had mentioned the nuts, and he just kept getting closer.
All right, guys. Let's send it home here. As always, thanks everyone for watching. Please, always, make sure to like us on Facebook, Total Justice Gaming. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We will make sure. I'll make a quick note. Yes, Joe was absent today. He's had a rough week. He had a car accident, and they kind of his car's. He's okay. Joe is fine. He is safe. I got to talk to him. He looks fine. His car is kind of in bad shape. Saw some photos earlier this week, but he'll be all right. He'll be back next week. Next week's show will be just Joe and I. Matt will be at Origins. Hopefully, we'll have some Origin reports already from
Yep.
day one. Maybe we'll have some day one Origin reports. Get some who's in the top 8. another week of spoilers will come to fruition. I wish everyone good luck who's going to play Extended. Isn't this weekend? This weekend's the UK's Extended event. Also,
I completely forgot about that.
I just looked at I hope whoever plays in that event in the UK, good luck, guys. I sorry that we didn't remember that until just now. I just looked at my notes for events, and I'm like, that was the one that I was remembering what day that was. I thought that was the week after Origins for some reason. But everybody, wish you all good luck. New set's coming out soon. We'll start, I assume, tomorrow, since we're on this Start a New Character Friday. We get previews Friday, Monday, and Wednesday. And we get our show. We get a perfect timing for us to review with. So probably start another character next week.
Tim, bring me Talbane.
Talbane or Lord Raptor? Those what I'd like to see. One of those two.
BB Hood.
Oh, yeah, BB Hood.
Who are we down to? We have 4 left, don't we? It's Talbane, Lord Raptor,
Lord Raptor, BB Hood, and his Senko, I believe.
Senko. Yep, that's what we're down to. And then the 2 promos.
Rico and Pyron.
Yep. And a foundation named Feral. There's a foundation named Feral. Yep. But as always, thanks for watching, guys. Do the standards. Be nice. We'll post everything as we get it. You know, we're one of us is up at when the posts usually go up around noon. That seems to be the standard time frame Tim Keith decides to share the spoilers of the week.
Yeah,
and we'll do more follow. We'll do some follow-up from Origins next week and get some more spoilers. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Have a good night, folks.
Bye.